no idea.
Marvel Studios plans things very far out, 6-8 years ahead of time. And when they said, we want a woman movie because women have never starred in movies before. Supergirl's from like 1985, whatever. They didn't have the rights to most of their good female characters. When you're like, Marvel has great female characters. Storm, not only, but at the time, Marvel Studios did not have, Jean Grey. Like all the ones that you think of, were tied up in some of their rights. So then they're like, Captain Marvel. So for people who haven't watched my 36 videos where I talk about her, Captain Marvel was created in the 70s. She was called Ms. Marvel, and she was basically Mary Tyler Moore with superpowers. She was the zingy it girl who lived in the big city and was getting into her stuff. Sometimes they would touch on what they called women's lib in the 1970s, but they were basically generic space and Earth adventures. Then she was one of the first assignments for Chris Claremont, so he always kind of like the character had a special place in his heart, or in Rogue's head, because he put her as a disembodied spirit in Rogue's head, and that's where she was for like 25 years of publishing. Then she came out, she became Warbird, she was an alcoholic, and then something amazing happened. They said, what if we take this Dallas Cowboys cheerleader-looking character and make her into a bitter third-wave feminist? I know that was redundant. And then when that did terrible, they said, what are these hips and breasts and long hair? Get rid of all those things. And then they turned her into a man.
I'm not what you think I am. I'm really powerful, even though I'm a girl. Okay, that's me being facetious. Okay, am I the only one who thinks that this felt less like a Marvel trailer than it did a Disney trailer? It was as if they were propping up this more of the idea of girl power than they were an idea of a superhero comic book story. But again, maybe that's just the way that this trailer was cut. It just, especially with that end montage of her being a little girl, to being in the Air Force, to being a superhero, it just felt very much like, hey, Wonder Woman, girl power girls out there, and, Alma Drafthouse, you want to do an all-girl screening? This is going to be a hero story. Well, I'm really sad that that's how they decided to cut the trailer, because I do see little aspects that could be very cool about the film. Obviously, with Nick Fury being young, we could go back and look and see how, maybe more in-depth story about S.H.I.E.L.D. As it was back then. Obviously there's a S.H.I.E.L.D. show now showing what's going on now, but to see developed in the 90s before it all went to hell. And then, of course, little teases of the Star Force out there, which, a very galactic presence with the Captain Marvel and, her teammates. But again, they didn't show much of that. So I'm wondering, is everything just going to be more Earth-based with a lot of flashbacks to how she, her time on the Star Force, and then more just her coming into her own after losing her memory? Because I guess they're going with an amnesia storyline.
There's that look. There's that. I thought Top Ramen was on sale, but when I got to the register, it was a different price. Can I get one of the stock boys to give me a price check on Top Ramen?
Never occurred to me that one might come from above.
There it is again, the exact same look. The many face of Brie Larson.
Invasion. Big car chase.
Oh, that looks really cheesy. The CGI looks kind of old, low budget.
Be told I was ready to hang it up until I met you today.
Oh, they made him look young. Oh my God. Of course. Start with the her. Not a good sign. Now, Captain Marvel is strong lore-wise, but the question is, are they going to just make her OP because her? I believe they will. I believe she'll be basically indestructible. I also believe there will be no real stakes in this movie where she's at any real risk. I could be wrong. It will be interesting to see.
We have no idea what threats are out there. We can't do this alone.
Goodness. So guys, let me be perfectly clear with you. I don't know anything about Captain Marvel, and after watching this trailer, I still don't know anything about Captain Marvel. So Brie Larson, who is the actress in this particular role, she apparently has an Oscar, which means she can act. That's what that should signify, unless she got it through the casting couch, which we won't go into that. But that's what that means. So riddle me this, Batman. Why is it that in every single shot, she has the same facial expression? I kid you not. Lord, strike me down if I'm lying. There was more emotion in Jude Law's close-up, his little 2-second close-up, than all the trailer of Brie Larson. I would pay top dollar to see, even with, when they said they showed her and then turned into Hero and all that. I'm like, okay, all right. Don't be careful, Marvel. Don't go the DC route, because we see what's happening with Teen Titans and all that and the DCU. Wow, that's all screwed up. So don't start pandering to the SJWs. I mean, you may want to, you can flirt with them. Don't go out on dates with them. That's all I'm saying. Because it has nothing to do with me hating and dissing on this movie because it's a woman, a female lead. No, that has nothing to do with it. Because you want to know what movie that craps on all of them? Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was, that was a great movie. Female lead, it was beautifully done. So I don't know how you go from Wonder Woman to Justice League and the crap they got going on in DC, but that's another video. Marvel, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good. Just don't put the cart in front of the horse. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, guys,
There's been a buzz about the upcoming Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson, on its way to tanking. Firstly, people are disappointed with the trailer. The second thing is Captain Marvel doesn't seem likable. And 3, many people are put off by Marvel simply riding the SJ bandwagon and dotting their I's and crossing their T's. This hasn't been working very well for Marvel in the comic world. The other thing is that the actress seems full of herself while spewing buzzwords. Okay, so firstly...